There we go. I love that type of thing myself. I like it because it stops and things on it. That's my favorite. Yep, those, they're great unless they get wet. And if they get wet, or if it's raining, then they're hard to hang on to. At least on a jump course they were.
I imagine. I'm not riding anymore today.
Probably just running around for a little bit. And then we can do somebody after this thing. Good, let's just walk around nice and relaxed. Think about stretching your legs down as long as you can get them, heels down. There you go. Very good. Kind of loosen up your shoulders a little bit. Oh. Thank you. And get used to him feeling your leg pressure there, just as a support system, without feeling like there's something coming that he has to be nervous about. There you go. Very good. And let's turn down the center line at A and just walk straight all the way to C. Try turning him as much from your body and your weight as you possibly can. Inner leg gets a little bit longer, pushing down. Outer leg back. Good. Nicely done. And then nice and straight all the way to C. Equal pressure on both sides, keeping him straight between both legs. You feel him drifting one way or the other. Catch him with your leg and make him straight again. And turn right towards me. Okay, pushing down to that inside leg, pull the leg back. Good. Very good. And straight down the long side. Good. And think about a bend through his body going through the turn, that he is arced around the turn. Yep. That's okay. Good. And just make him walk for now. And then when we try, make it be your idea. But he has to listen, so he doesn't think that he's on his own plan there. Okay, I can trot a little bit, just because I misunderstood the pressure of the leg, I'm allowed to go forward, when that's not the case. He has to understand that, decipher between when you want him to move away from your leg or when you want him to go forward. Think about going as deep into your corner as you can. Really feeling him bending through the rib cage. Use your corner to help rebalance. Good. And at E, turn across to B. And at B, turn left towards me. Good. Outer leg is back. Good. Turning his whole body with your legs as much as possible. The hand just comes on as a reminder for your bend. Good. Very nicely done. And now even around this short side, this is the direction he doesn't like to bend. It's a little bit harder for him. Inner leg on the girth. Don't let it get back behind the outer leg. Outer leg should be back just slightly. Inner leg on the girth. There you go. Very good. Little gentle massages in the inner ring. Good. And at E, let's pick up the trot. Nice and slow and easy. Hands low and together. There you go. Think about trying to take a slight contact on his mouth, just 1 to 2 pounds of pressure, so that he has to be a little bit rounder. He has to use his back a little bit more. That will also help him to relax eventually. He gets a little uppity, he gets above the bit, and then he thinks that there's something to be uppity about. Let's go large circle here and get your bend back so that he can start to settle down and relax a little bit. Bend in the elbows, breathe with your fingers, straight line from your elbow to his mouth, and lots of left leg, especially this direction. Really feel him bending around that left leg and massaging with the left ring at the same time. Good. And there's going to be a slight resistance there in the beginning, but that's fine. Reinforce with the leg. You're forward. Good. Inside hand down. Yeah, you don't want your hands to be equal. There you go. And left leg, little pushes. Let's do a small circle to the left and ask for a bend because he's still trying to counterflex. There's no bend happening through the body, so I want you to feel in conjunction that inside hand and that inside leg achieving an arc of his body rather than a straight board. A little bit. Yes, exactly. Exactly. Back to trot. Go on a 20-meter circle again, but still think about that arc. There. Good. It's getting better. Good, that's getting better. Think of leg yielding outward on the circle to improve that bend. Yes. Leg yielding outward, make him move off that inner leg. That's what's going to achieve the correct positioning of his body. There you go. That's better. And again, circle, leg yield outward. It keeps getting a little bit smaller, so you've got to get him moving off that inside leg. There you go. That's better. That's better, yeah. And you can bring that inside hand out to the middle, if anything, so you make your steering wheel, which are your hands, a little bit wider in order to help with the bend. Check your diagonal. There you go. Good. Hands low and together. And inside leg on the growth, little pushes. There, good. And straight. Same tempo, same everything, straight with your aids, equal pressure both sides. Bend in the elbow. And circle 20-meter there at A. Good. Good. You're achieving your bend much better. And straight down the long side, 20-meter circle at B. All the way across to E and back to B again. Inner leg, little pushes. There you go. Good. And straight. And try and get deep in those corners. Use that corner as a rebalancing thing for both you and the horse. Because the shape of the corner naturally aids in helping to maintain balance. And it also gives you a natural half vault if you use it properly. Very good. Across the diagonal. Deep in the corner, don't cut your corner. Go back, turn left, go back to F, and go deep in your corner and across the diagonal again. Just because you're thinking you're going to be turning FX8, you've got to wait, you've got to ride your corner like it's still a corner, and leave the wall with his shoulders at F. So If you were in a test, you would get marked down if you're cutting your corners. There! Much better. Much better. Yes. Precision at its finest. Very good. Start with the right leg. Little pushes. Already planning for deep in this corner. There you go. That's when you're really working to balance your horse. Good. Good. Push him off the wall a little bit. And 20-meter circle at A. Planning ahead for your turn. Good. Good, and straight down the long side, 20-meter at E. Got a good rhythm that you're maintaining. I'd just like to see him get a little bit quieter with his head if he could. So maybe think about giving him a little bit more support. By keeping him a little bit rounder, bringing his back up a little bit, you're going to change some things for him mentally as well as physically. That he can settle down into a comfortable position. There. Good. Very good. And let's try a serpentine back to A. 3 loops. Halfway in between M and B is your first loop. Halfway in between E and K is your second loop. Planning ahead. Change your diagonal. There. And your bend. When you change your diagonal, that's when your legs go into proper position, which would be outer leg back, inner leg on the girth. So now, right leg on the girth, left leg back. Yes. Exactly. Let's try that again. Proper positioning for any turn. Inside leg on the girth, outer leg just slightly back. Good. Now, left leg forward. Push. And right leg back. Yep, left leg forward. Good. And opposite. There you go. Check your diagonal. You got one extra one in there somewhere. There you go. Good. And let's 20-meter circle on the center line. We want canter right lead. Start preparing a little bit. Sit. Inner leg on, outer leg back. Good. And nice and slow. Set your body rhythm. Put-a-dum, put-a-dum, put-a-dum. Yep. Inner leg is there for reinforcement in case it's needed. Outside leg is just slightly back. And straight. Straight. And really feel the canter. And let your calf rest against his body so it's there if you need it. Inner leg on the girth, outer leg back. There you go. It's okay. Try and feel when he's going to break and catch him. I know it's a fine line there. There you go. Good. All the way around again. Have both legs there ready for use. That outer leg needs to be back in your corners. Yes. Get it back there. Support his hind end. That's part of the reason why you're losing the canter in the corners, because he feels like he doesn't have a good enough support system. Good. Across the diagonal. Trotted X. That's okay. That's okay. Take everything slow. Let's go. Yep, let's go back and do that one more time. So let's come back around, go towards H, pick up left lead canter, or right lead canter, and then across the diagonal. There you go. Yep, and nice and straight on the diagonal. And now trot. Sit back, tuck seat, and slow trot. Set the rhythm right away for him so he's not running. Check your diagonal. There you go. Good. Hands a little bit lower and together. Don't still breathe with your fingers. Let your arms be a little bit on hinges at the elbow so you can feel his mouth. That it doesn't become anything stiff or rigid. and it's always breathing. Let's take a little break for just a second. Go ahead and breathe. I'm gonna grab a little beverage real quick.
He's a very spirited animal.
Yeah. At least he wasn't running as fast as you and me.
What if I didn't know how to ride better?
Yes. Yes. He's not, I found out today he's not a beginner horse.
There's a big surprise. He's a little more spirited than that.
Yes.
Not that Amari isn't spirited, but it's...
Amari is totally different though with the whole thing. If that were to happen, I don't think she would even. He's cantered her all over the arena and done different things.
She's too old to do that stuff.
Different mindset though too.
It's the mindset, it's not the age.
Mm-hmm. It is, because he's about 12 years old, but it's just, they're two different blueprints. Remember we talked about that before? And that's the thing with horses, is each one is individual to itself, and they each teach you something. Have you been reading about hands high, head low?
I haven't been reading about it.
Oh, okay. I was just wondering. That's a philosophy that a lot of, that people do develop. And I don't, never been my way of dealing with things. But it does, you know, they say you can teach a horse to do something by blowing in its ear, so I will say that.
Anything can go on cue.
Mm-hmm.
I think the hands high, head low thing is because you're dealing with an animal that's actually an inter-pressure animal.
Mm-hmm.
So you put the hands up and,
Their head comes up.
well, this one's head come up.
That's what I always find. Like, I will watch.
I do that with Sparky, he'll put his head way down, but I have also reinforced it a lot.
Right, right,
But
right,
it didn't take much to reinforce it, so.
right.
On the other hand, there's only so much you want a horse to be lugging on the bed.
Exactly. I didn't want them burying down. When I give them an upwards half halt, I want them to lift in front so that the hindquarter is then supporting more. That's kind of my way of aiding them in the collection when we start doing a lot of it, is the upwards half halt. But I did ride with people that did believe in that, and on their horses.
You can
worked
train your
for
horse
them.
to do anything. So.
Yes. Yeah. Exactly.
For better or for worse.
Mm-hmm. Okay, let's go ahead and walk on it. Let's do a little lateral work. Let's start off in the walk. But this time today we're going to start a little leg yield along the wall. Have you ever done leg yield along the wall?
No.
Okay, the leg yield along the wall is basically done. A leg yield to the right would be off of the left leg. You're pushing the hind quarter to the inside. You're getting a left bend, outer leg back, so left leg back. Push the hind quarter to the inside, so he has to cross behind. Left leg back, outside leg back. Bring the hind quarter in.
Okay,
So
put that
here's,
leg straight here.
yep, you want it back. Here's the, for leg yield along the wall. You're coming through your turn, like so. As you're getting about to this part of the turn, this leg is coming on, and it's pushing the horse sideways
Keeping that same curve.
down the wall.
Okay.
Keeping the same curve. You actually end up, it's a little more difficult because you end up changing from position right in your corner to position left in your leg yield. Okay? So your left leg is on, pushing his hind quarter sideways to the right.
So instead of pushing with the leg that's on the inside of the curve, we're now pushing with the leg that's on the outside of the curve.
Exactly. Then we're pushing his hind quarter in, so he's going sideways down the wall. So you're going to put it from your left leg to your right rein. half ulcer forward again, get a little more hindquarters to the inside. I want more crossing behind. There you go. Okay, and again, same thing next on the side.
Works when I don't lean forward.
Back on your seat bone. Your weight is going to go into your left seat bone because that is the leg that you're going to be bending around.
Yeah.
Okay, your shoulders in alignment with your shoulders. Good. Okay, half halt. And half halt forward and more sideways. There, that's better. That's better. Yes. Yes. There. Good. 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 Half halt, head forward. Be very nice forward, sideways. Where we are in the top. Yes, lower the space in it. Come up. There. Good. Good. Nice enough. Now, as soon as you get to your turn, you're going to be very prompt about changing that right hand. So you're pushing back and forth between both of your legs. Feel your body bending in whatever direction you want to bend or want it to bend in a certain moment. Now, pulsing it forward. A little bit straighter, a little more crossing behind. Yep, don't bring this right leg, let it rest downward. Yes. There. There you go. There you go. Both hands to the left. Bring the forehand back to the right corner. Same thing if you were doing it on the center line. Yes.
Oh yeah, Sparky's gonna love me for this.
And down the center. Sparky's been longing for this.
He's gonna love me for this.
And let's go down center line. Leg yield left between B and F. Top of the right leg. So we're exactly in opposition. So right leg comes on and sideways to the wall. As one unit. Bring the forehand back to the hind quarter. You're drifting too much with the forehand, so straight. Yeah, and then redirect sideways. So we get that crossing behind. There. Better at the end there. Down the center line again. Leg yield same direction off of the right leg. Take a spot in between B and H.